All right, you guys, we are recording for all of you that can't be on. First of all, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Micah Folsom, and you are on this call because you're either my coach, and then therefore you know who I am, or you're one of my coaches, or maybe even coaches, or something like that. But I was talking with my coaches yesterday, and we were just chatting about goals and their teams and all this stuff, and I just wanted to have the opportunity to get in front of you guys, and I just feel like I don't get to work as closely with our entire downline as I would like to, and I just on a whim was like, let's do a call tomorrow. So it's super late notice, so once again, for those of you that are on live, thank you. I know it's Saturday, but anytime you can get on live to these calls, it's just so much more powerful. There's just something about being on live and feeling the energy and being surrounded by all the different coaches. And we all know that even though we have all the good intentions in the world to catch the recording, life happens, you forget about it, whatever. So sometimes it doesn't happen. And so I'm super proud of you guys for jumping on with us on a Saturday morning. I'm just checking through my things to make sure Josh doesn't get on because I need to unmute him. But few things. This call, for those of you that don't know Josh Coates, I work with him one-on-one. I'm one of his one-on-one clients. I started working with him about 1.5 years ago. And he was originally like a leadership mentor. So I used him to push me, to hold me accountable to the things that I needed to be doing to step up as a leader. And then he's kind of evolved, as most of you guys know, because he does these killer trainings, he's evolved more into like a push coach, and works with a ton of people in his training groups, and he's killer. And so I asked him last night when I was talking to him, I'm like, hey, I'm going to jump on with my coaches and their teams. I was just kind of chatting with him about it. And I'm like, so he was giving me some ideas, and just, we were chatting about different stuff. And I'm like, would you want to just jump on really quick? And if you guys know Josh, there's no such thing as really quick with Josh, but that's okay, because every time he talks, it's powerful and it's worthwhile. So he was kind enough to make some time out of his Saturday and jump on with us. So he's going to talk first. Is he on yet? No, he's going to talk first, and then I'm going to wrap it up with more of some specific Beachbody type training and how to. So he's going to go over kind of like the why stuff and the inspiring, empowering, light your fire type stuff. And then I'm going to come in and wrap it up with, okay, so what does that look like? And how do we tie that into our business and be able to reach these goals that we all have for ourselves? Okay, so I might even be able to, he told me he was going to be a little bit late. He had something. So I might dig into a few things that I was reading this morning, and then when he gets on, I'll just tell him to unmute himself and yell at me. So give me 1 second. Oh, I bet he doesn't. Same link. Same link as last time. Hold on, I can't talk and text at the same time. Okay, so hopefully he unmutes himself when he gets on. Okay, so I will start off with a few things that I was reading. For those of you that have not gotten this book yet, it's called No Limits by John Maxwell. Get it and read it like 5 times. Seriously, don't get the Audible version. I am like 100% believer in Audible. I love it because you can fit in way more. But this is a book you want to read, because if you notice, I like highlight all the good stuff, and you want to have these nuggets for the rest of your life. So if you haven't gotten it, get it and dissect it like a maniac, because it's genius. And one of the chapter that I was reading this morning I read 2 chapters. One of them was about the abundance mindset. versus the scarcity mindset. And the other one was about discipline, your discipline capacity. And they go hand in hand. So first of all, I wanted to touch on the fact that if you're on this call, you most likely have a reason to build your business. You have something, you have goals, you have dreams, you have something in life that you want. And I want you to know that this business and this opportunity has everything that you need to make those things possible. I always say that this business is like this opportunity that is served to you on a silver platter. It has everything that you need, yet you're still able to make it your own. You don't have to box yourself in. You're able to, whatever you're passionate about and whatever you feel like your purpose is, you can find a way to weave in Beachbody and make it work for you. And so I want you guys to have an open mind as you guys are listening today. And Josh is going to talk about, is he on? Josh is going to talk about the purpose part of it. And then I will come back. No, hold on. Who's not muted? I'll come back on and talk about the how, the Beachbody stuff. Why can I not tell who's?
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so he talks about the abundance mindset. And I want you guys to understand first, if you've seen, like, I've been coaching for 4 years. You guys, if you're part of Team Inspiration, you know we're a double superstar team. We have success. We're one of the top teams in the entire network. But I am no different than any of you guys at all. We are completely on the same level. I have just been super consistent doing the right activities for long enough to have success. And that is the biggest difference between people who quit, people who fail, people who give up, people who don't have success. They're just not doing the right stuff for long enough, and they're not growing enough to get to where they want to go. So I want you guys to come into this call understanding that you have right now everything that it takes to be successful in the business and to reach every single one of your goals that you have for yourself. Are you at a place where you can achieve those things yet? I don't know. I've had to grow a ton, and I have to continue to grow every single day in order to reach goals time after time after time. I'm always learning and failing and growing, and that's probably why we've been able to have the success we have, is because I am not willing to give up, I'm not willing to fail, and I'm not willing to give up on the life that I want to create for my family. And Beachbody has basically been the platform that has allowed us to become the people that we want to be, to reach every single goal that we want to reach, and to help the amount of people that we want to help achieve their goals. And so I want you guys to have this abundance mentality where you get rid of the excuses, you get rid of the, okay, well, this can work for them, but not for me. There's too many coaches. There's all of those excuses that flood your head. People, I'm not inspiring. All of those things, you need to figure out a way to get rid of them. So if your mindset isn't in the right place right now, if you are not feeling like 100%, I can do this, I'm going to do this, I don't care what it takes, I'm going to do what it takes to get there, then that's the first place you need to start. You need to dig into PD like major, and you need to grow to the point where you can deal with the struggle, you can deal with the trials, you can deal with the hard stuff, you can deal with all the stuff that you're gonna face, because we all face it. It's just a matter of if you can handle it, okay? This business, that's why I'm so passionate about the business, is because it's not Beachbody. This business is life. It teaches you how to endure. It teaches you how to overcome. It teaches you how to get past your limiting beliefs. And that's not only what gives you success in the business, that's what gives you success in life. That's what helps you feel fulfilled. That's what helps you do the things you want to do. That's what helps you just be better in every single aspect. And that is why it's so powerful, because when you see someone who has success as a coach in their business, that is only a direct reflection of how much they've grown and what they're overcoming to get there. Okay? So I want you guys to first understand that it all starts with mindset. It all starts with belief. And if you're not there yet, that's your first homework that you need to write down. Belief, dig into affirmations, dig into PD that is intentional with that, with belief and with that mindset of just understanding that it's possible for you, okay? Because everything starts there. You're not going to do what you have to do until you believe that it's possible for you. Because if you don't believe that it's possible for you, as soon as an excuse creeps in, as soon as a stumbling block gets in the way, you're going to peace out and you're going to be like, see, I knew it wasn't. That is just affirming the fact that it's not possible for me. And that's just BS. I'm just going to call you on that right now because that will happen to all of us. But when you have that belief, you will overcome the hard stuff. You'll push past it, you'll get through it, and you'll show up for yourself, okay? And that leads right into the second thing that I want to talk about, which was discipline. And I'm going to read a few of the things that he says because they're just so good. He says, the difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. And then he says, why is there such a difference between what we do and what we're capable of doing? What would make up the difference to close the gap? And it's discipline. And so in the business, what you're doing right now, it's probably safe to say, is not what you're capable of doing. The amount of people you're helping, the way you're showing up on your journey, the way you're sharing it, the way you're pouring into other people, what you're doing now is probably not what you're actually capable of. And so he talks about how do you grow your discipline capacity? Because if you can grow your discipline capacity, then you can grow everything else that you want to accomplish. He said the rewards in this world are usually reserved for those who are willing to do what the majority of people are unwilling to do. And that's this business. Are you willing to do what it takes to be successful? And what does it mean to be successful? That means you're helping people. That means you are getting them the solution that's going to help them reach their goals. That means hitting Success Club every single month for the rest of your life. That has to be a non-negotiable, I'm going to do this no matter what. Because guess what? When you set that expectation for yourself and when you have that monthly deadline, it puts I don't even know what it's called. It puts whatever in front of you where you then have to do what it takes to make it happen. You have to expand your network to more people. You have to get over yourself and send personal invites. You have to share your journey. No matter if you're afraid to or not, you have to show up and show people that you're being accountable. All of the things that you're not doing right now in your business, you have to do them. They're not the fancy things. They're not the shiny distractions. They are the basics. They are the showing up on your journey, sharing it, inviting people to join you, doing your personal development. It's not anything like, there's no secrets to success in the business. It's being consistent with the basics. Okay? And then he says, and then he talks about how to actually grow your self-discipline. And he talks about 6 things. So I'm just going to briefly tell you what those are. Number 1, you have to know what is important. What do you want in life? That is the number 1 thing that you have to get clear on. And then you have to understand, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you want in life. I can promise you that if we had a one-on-one call, you could tell me what you wanted, and I could figure out a way to tie in Beachbody and say, okay, now this is how you're going to get this. You are going to and then you're going to get here. Beachbody, there's a way to weave it in. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you want, I promise there's a way for you to weave it in. If that's not anything to do with financial whatever, that's fine. If you just have the desire to help people, then you still have to do the basics in order to reach more people to help, in order to help them with the right solution, in order to whatever. So I'm not saying hit Success Club because then you'll make more money, and then that's not what it's about. Success Club is the black and white, like if you just nail that down, then you'll make sure that you're doing all the things to reach more people, to help more people, to grow your business, to grow your income, to bless your family's life, whatever it is, okay? So one, you have to know what you want. So if you don't know what you want yet, that's your homework. Sit down and say, what do I want out of life? Who do I want to become? What do I want for my family? You have to get so clear on these things. And then you have to understand that there's a way that Beachbody can help you have every single one of those things, okay? Know what you want. Number 2, get rid of excuses. This is like a hashtag, duh, excuses are lame. Everyone has them, but they're dumb. They don't get you anywhere. So you got to get rid of them. And as soon as you hear your excuses filling your brain, you have to understand how to overcome those. So he gives some. I'll start after the new year. I don't want to do it alone. My spouse doesn't support me. I'll do it when the kids are in school. I'll do it when the kids are going back to school. I'll do it when I have more energy. Like there's all of these excuses. And we have probably a million every single day. And you have to become strong enough to overcome those. So number 2, get rid of your excuses because they're not. You can either have excuses or you can have results. You've heard that one. And it's true. You can't have both. Okay, so if you're a person who's filled with excuses, I'm calling you out. Cut the crap. Get rid of them. Move past them. Okay? Number 3, take action before you feel like it. If we only did the things that we needed to do when we felt like it, we would never get anything productive done. Because I can promise you there's days when I don't want to talk to people. There's days when I don't feel like working out. There's days when I don't want to eat healthy. There's every single day you have moments when you don't feel like doing the stuff you need to do. And you have to become strong enough to do it when you don't feel like it. And when you do it when you don't feel like it, then you'll prove to yourself that this is important to you, that it matters, that you're worth it. And building that own self-respect will do more for you than anything else. Because until you can prove it to yourself that this is worth it to you, how are you going to prove it to anyone else? How is your spouse ever going to support you in this if you don't even show up for yourself for what's important for you? Okay, so number 3, take action before you feel like it. Number 4, and he gave a tip for that one, and I really love it. He says, I focus on doing the right thing just for today. So he talks about the fact that it's overwhelming to say, okay, in order to have success as a coach, I need to do my 4 vital behaviors in my power hour or power 2 hours or power 3 hours, however big you want to grow this, however fast you want to grow. I have to do it every day for the rest of my life. That is enough for some people to be like, peace, I'm done. I can't do that. That's too hard. That's going to take too long, all of that stuff. But if you enter each day and you wake up with intention and you say, today I'm going to work out. Today I'm going to do my personal development. Today I'm going to invite 10 people to my challenge group. Today I'm going to sit down and expand my network and do my power hour. You can do that. You can do stuff one day at a time. So enter every single day with that mentality. I can do this for today. And guess what? When you do it today, and then you commit to doing it tomorrow, and then you do it the next day, and the next day, that is when you will yield results. You will have success. You'll reach people. You'll be helping people. And that stuff is what builds momentum. The more, he talks about, the more you give, I don't know where this card is, but it was in the abundancy section. And he says, the more you help other people, the more they usually want to help others. And that motivates you to help even more. The more you love people, the more love you receive and want to give others. That's what he calls the abundance paradox. The more you give, the more you have to give, and the more you want to give. So if you don't feel fulfilled in the business, if you don't feel like you're making a difference, if you don't feel like you're having success, then figure out how you can give more to your challengers, how you can give more to your coaches, how you can give more to your followers on social media. How can you add more value? Because that's the stuff that helps you feel like I'm making a difference. And when you feel like there's a bigger reason to show up than just checking it off your power hour box that you checked in, that you posted on social, if you feel like you're making a difference and you're pouring into other people and they're commenting that, oh my gosh, I needed to hear this today. oh my gosh, thank you so much for posting that. Oh my gosh, this is exactly, you were talking to me. Then you're like, that was worth it. I am making a difference. I'm going to continue to do this every single day. When your challengers are reaching out to you and they're saying, holy crap, I've lost 10 pounds. I haven't ever been able to stick to anything. Thank you for doing this group. Thank you for helping me show up. You are making a difference. You are pouring into others. You are changing someone's life. And that is powerful. So if you feel unfulfilled, if you feel like you don't have passion around this yet, dig into yourself and figure out how to make a bigger difference. Figure out how to give more to the people who are watching you. Okay? Number 4, don't let distractions distract you. You have to be laser focused. Life, I don't care who you are, life is busy. Every single phase you enter is going to add something else. If you're a college student and you're claiming that you're too busy because you have college classes and you work and whatever, just wait until you're married and you have kids. If you're married and you have kids, just wait. You know what I mean? Like there's always something more. Everyone's going to be busy. We all have the same time. But guess what? You have the power to be in control of how you spend your time. So wake up earlier, cut out the crap. If this is important to you, if you know where you're going with this, if you have a reason to show up, then you're going to show up. You're going to fit it in. Some of my most successful coaches are the people who, when they started, were like, I really am super busy. I don't know how I'm going to fit it in. But guess what? The busier you are, the more intentional you are with your time because you don't have time to waste. I was talking to my sister, Cozy, and she, since she started, was either working full-time, working and in school full-time, or like she's always been super busy. Well, then she was able to quit her full-time job because her Beachbody income replaced it. She was still going to school. Then she graduated. Now she's working very, very, very part-time, doing what she went to school for. And she's like, it is seriously harder for me to stay on track and to be focused on the days that I don't have anything. Because that's exactly it. You don't have anything. You don't have structure. You have all this free time to do whatever you want. When she's busy and she has an hour to get her stuff done, she's focused and intentional. So don't let that excuse be an excuse. Don't let that hold you back. Be intentional with your time. Be in control. If this is important to you, you'll figure out a way to make it happen. Okay? Number 5, be aware of your time. We kind of already talked about that one. He talks about in this one, he says, set upfront expectations and set external deadlines. To me, the set upfront expectations, that is the no matter what, I won't go to bed until I've at least done the essentials in my business. I don't care if I'm on vacation. I don't care if I'm whatever. I won't go to bed until I've at least done whatever I told myself I was going to do that day. Your vital behaviors, your power hour. And then you have deadlines. That can be each day. That can be the end of the month with Success Club, like I was talking about. When you have these external expectations and these external deadlines, you do the stuff. Because once again, you respect yourself enough to show up for you. You respect yourself enough to hold yourself accountable. You don't rely on someone to hold your hand. You don't rely on someone to rah-rah cheer you on every single day. You own your business and you show up because you signed up for a reason and you told yourself you wanted to do this because of whatever, and you are going to do what it takes. And then number 6 is follow through even when it hurts. And this is probably the one that most people fall short on. People suck at following through. That was mean. I usually don't say the suck word. But they do. Like they say something, they say they want something, they say they want to lose 10 pounds, they say they want to retire from their job, they say they want to bring their husband home, they say they want to go on family vacations with their kids, they say they want to get out of debt. That's easy. It's easy to say that stuff. But it's a lot harder to show up and to do what it takes for however long it takes for you to get to what you said you wanted. But I can promise you, there is no way to fail in this business unless you quit. because we have the tools. There's so many people that still need our help, you guys. If you tell me that we're running out of people to help, I will punch you in the face. There are so many people who need our help. And we're expanding to the UK. So hello, hallelujah, it's going to be incredible. You have to be diligent enough and to be disciplined enough to show up every day. The business, sometimes it's not glamorous. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it gets monotonous. That's where you get to be the CEO of your business and get creative and figure out what lights your fire. Figure out what you can do to get excited about the stuff that moves your business forward. The invites, the scary stuff, the reaching out, the sharing your vulnerable self, all of the things that are what opens the door for people to get help from you. Those are probably the things that you're not doing. The stuff that moves your business forward are generally the things that people are like, I'm just going to skip that today. I just don't feel like sending out invites. That is way too scary. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be salesy. I'm not whatever. Those are the things that are going to move your business forward. You have to know that when you're willing to do the stuff that scares you, that's when you're going to break through a wall. Those are the things that are holding you back, you guys. So if you're sitting here, by the raise of hands, how many of you guys are scared to send invites? Okay, so let's touch on that for 1 second, okay? Because that was me. For a long time, I was like, I don't want to invite people because I shared my journey enough that if they want help, they will know to come to me. They will know to reach out. They will know that I'm there to help them, that I want to help them, but I'm not going to be annoying, and I'm not going to be rejected because that sucks. And I had all of these dumb limiting beliefs in my head. And what I soon realized was that if I genuinely wanted to help as many people as I said I did, and if I genuinely wanted to change as many lives as I said I did, then I couldn't wait for people to take action themselves. Because people won't take the first step most of the time. That's why they are where they are. That's why they're struggling. That's why they're all of those things. It's because they aren't willing to do for themselves what they know they need to do. We know how to be healthy. Everyone knows that you need to eat healthy and you need to work out, but how many people actually do it every single day? Not many. So when I realized that by me reaching out and extending this invite and saying something like, I don't know if this is something that you'd be interested in, but I'm super passionate about helping women love themselves. I'm super passionate about helping women take care of themselves so that they can be a better wife and mom. I want to work with 10 more women this month. Do you want more information about this group that I'm running? When I extended that invite, the door was now open. They could still tell me no. They could still be like, you're weird, I don't care. But guess what? I don't care anymore because I extended the invite. I genuinely do want to help them. I genuinely do want to help impact their life. And whether they're ready to do it now or whether they're ready to do it in a year, it doesn't matter. But I've opened the door and I've let them know that I'm there to help them. I can give them information if they want it, if they're ready, if they're whatever. And then take the focus off you and put it on them. Think of the girl that you used to be when you were struggling. Think of the girl that is sitting at home on the couch, feeling just not herself, looking for ways to help or to change her life, looking for something, praying for an answer. And you send this simple invite that says, hey, I'm doing this super fun, whatever group. And she's like, holy crap, this could be the answer that I was just praying for. Josh just texted me. This could be the answer that I've been praying for. Thank you so much. You never know the impact that you're gonna make. And you have to be willing to put yourself out there in order to make that difference. Okay. So if you're scared to send invites, it's because you're focusing on you. You're being selfish. You're being selfish. And that's just how it is, because you're afraid of rejection. You're afraid of what they think about you. You're afraid of, it's all the focus is on you. So take the focus off of you and say, I don't care what they think about me. I don't care how many no's I get. I am going to reach out to as many people as I need to reach out to in order to help at least 5 new people this month get started on their journey, get focused on positivity, change their mindset, surround themselves with people who are uplifting and motivating and inspiring. I'm going to find 5 new people every month because I know there's millions of people out there that need help. And make it your mission to find the people. And if you're afraid to talk about coaching, same thing. I can help my challengers. I can help them get started. But guess what? My coaches, when they surround themselves with this, when they make the healthy stuff that we do in our challenge groups part of their lifestyle, when they pour into others and develop a servant's heart to help and to make a difference, that is way more life-changing than just being a challenger. So when you have that much belief and you have that much conviction and you know that this business will change their life, once again, takes the focus off you, breaks down the walls, makes those fears go away and say, how can I hold this? How can I keep this to myself? This is impacting my life. I don't care if you just signed up. I don't care if you haven't had success yet in the business, if you haven't ever hit Success Club, if you haven't reached Emerald. I don't care where you're at. Surrounding yourself with the people that we have on our team, focusing on the lifestyle changes, developing these habits, that is impacting your life. And if you don't feel like it has yet, then you're just not doing it. So commit to that. Commit to this lifestyle, because that's what Beachbody is. It's a lifestyle. It's a growth journey. It's a community. It is creating these habits around everything that we need to do to be healthy and happy and live a purposeful, fulfilling life is what we do every single day. So why are you keeping that to yourself? And why are you not shouting it from the rooftops that you have a solution that will legitimately change their life? And why are you afraid to talk to people about it? Okay? I want you guys to really dig in and figure that out, because jump on. That is when everything will change for you. That is when you will have confidence in talking to people about the business, because you will say, this will change your life. This will make a difference. When I have, because before, for the longest time, I would reach out to my Rockstar challengers, the people that were showing up, the people that were just like representing all of those awesome coach qualities in my challenge groups. Those are the people that I was approaching about coaching, right? Because that's a no-brainer. But then I was like, wait, the people who really need this, who really need to just dive in and surround themselves with all of this awesome, positive, everything, are the people who aren't showing up, the people who are struggling, the people who keep giving up on their goals, the people who have no self-belief. And then as soon as I had that aha, like, duh, I was able to talk to anyone. Because when they gave me excuses, I could say, dude, this is why you need this. Because I was there. I had the excuses. I did the up and down. I was a yo-yoer. I was all of this. And you can say, this is how I overcame it. I surrounded myself with people. I made it a bigger priority in my life. I have to show up for myself so that I can help other people. And this is why you need to coach. This is why you need the accountability. This is why you need the extra support. So then all of a sudden I could talk to anyone about coaching. I knew that I could impact someone's life on massive levels, no matter who they are, no matter what they wanted out of this, it would bless their life. And when you have that belief, it's all of a sudden a lot easier to talk to people about all aspects of what we do. Okay. So Josh said he's on. That was kind of what I was going to talk about at the end. So I'll just wrap it up quickly with some like how-tos and really let's get laser focused on how to make this your thing. Okay. So I'm going to find Josh and then I'm going to pin him so he's big. There he is. Dude, your eye's getting worse.
It's getting worse every day.
Oh my gosh. Stop getting in fights. Okay. I'm going to turn it over to you. What?
Worse and worse and worse and worse every single day. Today I get to go to a wedding reception with a big, fat, black eye. I'm considering wearing makeup. I'm not sure. Should I wear makeup to the wedding reception, guys?
Just rock that.
Or just rock it or go straight up Bono style and just wear my shades indoor?
No way.
I don't know. I would consider wearing shades indoor, maybe if it were a Beachbody event. But it's like I told somebody yesterday in Tulsa, nobody knows who the heck I am. And they just be like, bro, what the heck are you doing, man? You look like a freaking idiot.
That's right.
So anyways, Micah told me we got some people on here that are ready to move, ready to do some really, really freaking cool stuff. And she said, Josh, would you mind getting off? Oh, someone's got the Let's Puke Together tank on? No way. No. Or you got it. Okay. I thought you meant you had it on. I'm like, all right, I got to come find you now. We got to pin you on here. So she said, we got some people trying to do some stuff. And she asked me, let's go back to the beginning. You know, what was it like at the beginning? What was it like? What did you have to do to keep yourself firing on all cylinders? You know, a couple of days ago, we were talking about, you know, what was it like when you worked a full-time job and had to build your business, and what kept you fueled and what kept you fired up, you know? And so I have to talk to you today. I don't even want to talk to you as a business person. I don't. Because as a business person, let's be just realistic for 1 sec. As a freaking business person, you just do your job. Like, that's it. You just do what you're supposed to do. But that's not very inspiring, is it? That doesn't get anyone excited or motivated. Yesterday on my like page, I went live and talked about personality types. And I talked about the difference between task-oriented and people-oriented. And for those of you that have seen my video, Personality Types Made Simple, you know, we have rhino, peacock, owl, or rhino, peacock, golden retriever, and owl. The rhino is full force on. Join me or get out of my freaking way, because I'm going to do this whether you like it or not. The peacock is put me in the spotlight. Even if I have a black light or a black eye, I don't care. I'll still get in the spotlight. I'll still have a good time. Even if I'm late, I'll still be there. We'll have the time of our lives. The golden retriever says, I'm loyal and I'm faithful. I don't want to make the decisions. I don't want to be at the front of the pack, but I do want to be a part of the pack. The owl says, can everybody shut up because I'm busy color coordinating everything and I'm trying to file and pick up and clean everything in my office because there's too much clutter. We've got all these different personality types, guys. All of us have a different wiring on the inside of us. It doesn't make any of us right. It doesn't make any of us wrong. It just makes all of us different. And we all have different ways of getting motivated, okay? And so what I have found, me personally, is that I'm a peacock and I'm very motivated by people. I care about people, and I'm always thinking about people and how are people going to react to this. So here's what I found from Dr. Rome at the John Maxwell certification about personality types, is I had always saw it as these 4 segments, and he split it up into two segments, if that makes sense. So we've got the very specific personality type, but within these specific personality types, we've got 2 different dividing lines, okay? Here, I'm going to use my screen here, okay? So if you are outgoing, you go up. If you are more reserved, you go down. Okay? How many people on this call do we have that you say, I'm really outgoing? I'm the more outgoing person. That's me. I'm outgoing. I like to go do stuff. I like to go be around stuff. I like to go, okay. How many of you are more reserved? Raise your hand. Okay. So if you are outgoing, I want you to pretend for a second, go to the top of my screen. Okay? If you're reserved, go to the bottom. Okay? Now, how many of you would say I'm more, there's another thing called people-oriented and task-oriented. When I walk into a room, the last thing I'm thinking about is what do I need to accomplish while I'm here? Because I just want to make sure I meet everybody. And I want to make sure everybody's happy, and I want to make sure everybody has a good time. And I want to make sure that by the time I walk out the door, everyone thinks Josh is a good guy. I like Josh. Okay. Now, the task-oriented person walks in and you don't even notice other people are there because you have a checklist and you have some things you need to get done while you're there. And you're not thinking about who did I meet? What did they think about me? What did they feel about me? Did I have any type of interaction with anybody in the whole freaking room? All you're thinking about is, did I accomplish what I came to do? So based on that, how many of you would say, I'm more people-oriented? I think about the people in the room, okay? Now, here's what I want you to do. Whether you went up or down, doesn't matter, up or down, I want you to come to this side over here. You're over here, okay? Now, how many of you would say, I'm more task-oriented? I'm like, if everybody would just shut up so I can get my checklist done, that'd be great, okay? If you're more task-oriented, I want you to come to this side of the screen. Okay, are you there? Do you guys know where you're at now? You either went up and down or right or left. You went up and down first, and then you went right or left, okay? So if you are outgoing and more task-oriented, you're a rhino. If you are more outgoing and people-oriented, you're a peacock. If you're more reserved and people-oriented, you're a golden retriever. If you're more reserved and task-oriented, you're an owl. Now, here's the thing. We all have two animal types. We all have a secondary animal, okay? And the thing about our secondary animal that I learned from Dr. Rome is that we lean on our secondary animal in times of pressure. In other words, when we get stressed out and pressure, for me personally, I'm a peacock. It's all about the people. I got to make everybody happy. Last night, my buddy from Australia was into town. He couldn't hang out till 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my way home, and he texts. He's like, hey, I'm ready to hang out. I was like, oh, well, I mean, he came all the way from Australia. I can't just like leave the guy hanging at 2 a.m. So we go get tacos at 2 a.m. and we hang out and we talk till 5 a.m. Probably shouldn't have stayed up till 5 a.m. But my buddy is here. I wasn't thinking about the checklist, obviously. I'm thinking about the people. However, when I get pressured, when I get stressed, when I have a last minute thing I have to do, I go rhino. Now I have to be careful about this in relationships. You don't want to be Josh. You don't want to be around Josh when he's under pressure because he goes into rhino mode and all of a sudden he doesn't care who the heck you are and how the heck you feel. He's just got to get crap done. Now here's the thing. All of you have one of these animals and you lean into another animal. And at the end of the day, you will have strengths and weaknesses based on those things. However, it really, at the end of the day, doesn't matter because whether you like it or not, even if you are the highest peacock on the planet, and I'm a pretty high one, you have to figure out how am I going to get some tasks done. And it doesn't matter how high of a task person you are, whether a rhino or an owl. It doesn't matter how oblivious you are of the people around you and how they feel. You will have to figure out how to think about people. In other words, I explained all of these personality types to you to tell you none of this matters as much as you having to take responsibility for what must be done. And as a business owner, you must. But I want to go deeper. I want to go further. And I want to talk about the real issue here. Because the real issue here is not your business. The real issue here is not the people around the world that need your help, although I personally think that's a really important thing and why you should be doing this business. The real issue here is not necessarily emerald or diamond or 2-star, 5-star, 10, 15. If there were such thing as a 50-star, that's not the real issue. Can I tell you what the real issue is? Can I tell you what the real issue is? Those kiddos sitting on your lap. Those kiddos running around the living room behind you. Those kiddos that maybe right now are asleep in another room or locked up in the basement with a husband right now, and you said, don't come out for 30 minutes. We have a call. And then you remember Josh was speaking, and you're like, gosh, dang it. Find a way to shut up for 2 hours, okay? I know it's going to be rough, honey, but I promise later, well, I'll take you out for your favorite steak, whatever that looks like. You have to find a way like I did. Because as a peacock, I didn't want a checklist. I didn't. I wanted to do what I want to do. I'm a creative individual. I played in bands for years. I like to have this freedom. I like to have this, I can just do what I want. That's part of an entrepreneur spirit as well, as I want to do what I want. I'm sick and tired of listening to you tell me what I want, what you want me to do. I want to do what I want to do. But it didn't matter because I had 3 kids running around the living room that were constantly reminding me of the life I had not yet provided for them. And were constantly reminding me that I could use my personality type. I could use my background. I had no business experience whatsoever. I could use a million different things as an excuse for why I couldn't make this business. But at the end of the day, none of those excuses were bigger than my kids. None of those excuses mattered when I thought about how much I loved my kids. And I didn't want to have to take my kids shoe shopping before school and say, hey, can we go to Target and look at shoes? I know they're not name brand. I know they may not even last as long, but you know, they've come a long ways in the shoe department. It still looks kind of cool. I didn't want to have to tell my kids anymore. I'm going to go through some stuff that some of you have heard, and I don't really care because you need to hear it again. Because you may not have gone there yet. You may not have stepped up yet. And maybe today's the day you finally hear my words and you finally take them more serious than ever before. Daddy, can we go out to eat today after church with my friends? No, buddy, we can't. Why? Oh, I hate that word. Why? The word why isn't as bad when you have a good reason, but it just really sucks when your only reason is daddy don't have money. Daddy, can we go on a vacation this summer? Probably not. We'll go see your mom's family like we always do, and we'll spend 3 days there, and then we have to come home because daddy can't miss any work because daddy don't have paid time off, and daddy doesn't have any money saved up to take care of bills if daddy has to miss work. How many of you on this call say, Josh, I have kids that are more important to me than anything on the planet? Raise your hand. There's nothing on the planet I wouldn't do for my kids. Nothing. Nothing. I'm talking abso-freaking-lutely nothing. If that meant I had to message people, guys, can I just tell you right now, I hate messaging people. I hate it. Something in my stomach literally gets sick. And I'm a natural born salesman. I mean, I come from a long line of preachers. That's all preachers do. Like, I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's a preacher's job to sell you a message, to sell you a group of morals and values. It's a salesperson. Now, I'm not saying it in a bad way. Okay, I'm not trying to bash preachers. My dad and brother are preachers. I mean, but it is sales. You're trying to convince somebody of something. I have sales in my blood, and I still hated sending that message. Hey, Micah, my friend Carly told me I could reach out to you. I'm on the John Maxwell team. I help a lot of other Beachbody coaches. I'd be more than happy to have a free session with you and tell you how I can help you grow your business. I wanted to throw up all over the place, guys. I sent that message out to Micah. I sent it to Melissa Callister. I sent it to 4 or 5 other top 10s from 2014 that Carly Del Carlo gave me permission to, and half of them got pissed off. I don't really know why, but they sent Carly screenshots and were like, who's this dude that's messaging all of us? We're pissed, blah, 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 blah. And they got mad. So then How many of you have ever had a rumor going around about you in an entire company that you're spamming everybody? Anybody else? Anybody else ever had that? Because I did. Straight up. Straight up. I had message threads created to talk about Josh Coates and why he's messaging all these Beachbody coaches and what the heck he's doing and who the heck he thinks he is. Do you think I cared about that more than my kids? I can almost promise all of you that you will never have to deal with anything like that, because you'll probably never message as many people as I did. And you'll probably never message as many people that are all best friends as I did. These people are all best friends. They've got a thing called The Wall, if you've never heard of it. It's a Facebook group for everyone that's 5-star and up. And they're all on this wall talking about me and who the heck this guy is and what the heck the art of recruiting is. None of your friends have a wall, okay? They don't. They don't have an organized group where they sit around talking about what's kosher and what's not kosher and who's doing what and why who's doing what, and sometimes a bunch of negative crap, which is annoying because they need to all get their crap together and just join me and Micah and take over the world. But let me ask you this. How many people on this call we have that have ever said, speech body coaching thing's hard and I'm not sure I have the natural talent for it? Raise your hand. Come on. I'm going to raise my hand because I thought the same thing about being an entrepreneur. Raise your hand. I'm not sure if I have the natural talent. Raise your hand if you've ever said, I don't think I'm charismatic enough. Raise your hand. Okay, some more. Raise your hand if you've ever said, I don't know if I'm organized enough. I've definitely said that every freaking day of my life. Raise your hand if you've said, I don't know if I'm motivated enough. Okay, still hands. Raise your hand if you've ever said, for whatever reason, I just don't know if I have what it takes to succeed. Of course you have. And here's the problem. Can I tell you the problem? You think you're alone. You don't realize that me and Micah had the exact same doubts, the exact same worries, the exact same fears. I keep saying these words over and over and over and over and over and over that I heard Micah say a long time ago. She said, consistency breeds confidence. I showed up my first year for the John Maxwell team, and I took people out for coffee, and I took people out for lunch, and I took people out for dinner, and I spent a whole lot of money that I didn't have to try to get the opportunity to talk to people. And I didn't 100% believe I could do it. I didn't 100% believe it would happen. I didn't 100% believe. I signed 2 clients in my whole first year. Has anybody done better than that? Has anybody done better than 2 clients in 1 year? Okay. Probably all of you, okay? Let's be realistic here. All of you have sold more than 2 challenge packs in your first year. If you haven't, get my art of recruiting. I just had a testimonial of someone who only sold 2 challenge packs in their first year. They sold 8 challenge packs in 4 weeks and signed 5 coaches in the art of recruiting. Just throwing that out there, okay? So if you had as crappy as a first year as me, come hang out with me. I help people like you, okay? But I wasn't going to give up. I wasn't going to make excuses. I wasn't going to decide that maybe it's just for some people and not for me. Maybe it's just for people who already had a business background, which is what I was thinking. Maybe it's only for people who have this going for them. Maybe it's only for people who already had a following. Maybe it's only for people who have 50,000 followers on Instagram. Maybe it's only for people who are outgoing and charismatic enough. Maybe it's only for people that are pretty enough. Maybe it's only for people that are smart enough. Maybe it's only for people that already had some money to use for advertising. None of this crap mattered. The only thing that mattered is I had 3 kids running around that needed daddy to find a way. Can I ask you something? Let's fast forward 5 years. Let's fast forward 5 years ahead. Can you honestly look your kids in the eye and tell them you gave it everything you had? And I don't freaking care if you're a rhino, And I don't care if you're a peacock, and I don't care if you're a golden retriever. I don't care if you're an owl. I don't care if you're an introvert. I don't care if you're an extrovert. I don't care if you're naturally gifted or have no gifts whatsoever, because we have so many trainings and so many scripts. You don't have to be naturally gifted. You just have to actually show up. But my question for you is, are you showing up in a way you could honestly look those kiddos in the eye and say, I did what I had to do, and I found a way? I want to end with this analogy that I used on Patrick Ryleman's call, and maybe you've heard me before use this. You guys have heard me on 35,000 calls. That's fine. Maybe you've heard it before. Maybe you haven't. Whatever. It is what it is. This is what it comes down to. I want you to imagine you're coming home from the store and your kids were at home with a babysitter. And from a couple streets away, as you're entering in the neighborhood, you can see that there's some smoke, some pretty heavy smoke coming up from somewhere in the neighborhood. The closer you get to your house, you realize it's on your street. You get to the stop sign before your street and you look down and you realize it's your house in flames. And so you fly down the street and you probably just go straight through the grass in your yard to get into the driveway as fast as you can. And you jump out of the car and you run up, and for some reason you don't know what the heck happened to your keys. You don't know how to unlock the door. The door is locked. Of course, it's like heating up. And you can't think straight. You don't know where you left your keys. You can't remember if they're in your car. You don't know if you left them in your purse. You don't know what the heck's going on. All you know is that house is on fire and your kids are inside. Can I ask you something? How many of you are willing to kick down a door, to punch through a window, how many of you find a way into that house and you don't even care if you burn to death or what happens in the process? You say, I'm getting my kids. Anybody? Can I give you the reality of life? Right now, if you are not living your best life, your kids are in a house that is lit on fire. And you are standing in the driveway. If you are not building your best life, you are standing in the driveway watching it burn. And I know that sounds intense. I know it does, but just hear me out for a second. Society has told us that 6 figures worth of college debt is the norm. To go into a work field that no longer guarantees a job. To where most people will spend probably 50 to 75% of their life. Katie, I'm sorry if that was a bad memory for you. Most people will spend 75% of their life just trying to pay off the debt they accumulated in their 20s. And most people will go to a job they're not excited about, they're not passionate about, they're not happy about, and they will live their entire life working for someone else's dream, for someone else's retirement plan, for someone else to play golf while they work their butts off to try to take care of their family. Now, can I ask you guys something? I know you love your kids just as much as I love my kids. Is that the future you had in mind for your kids? Anybody? Just raise your hand if you say that's the future I want for my kids. 6 figures of college debt, a job they don't love, a life they're not excited about, a life they're not fulfilled about, vacations they can't go on, debt they can't afford. Anybody? Is that anybody's dream? Let me tell you one of my very, 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 very favorite little lines. If you are not pursuing your very best life, you are crippling your children from being able to do the same. You can sit and tell your kids till you are blue in the face, reach for the stars. dream. I believe in you. You can do it. None of those words matter unless you show them. People do what people see, not what people say. Let me say that again. People do what people see, not what they say. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face to get motivated, to work hard, to do this, to do that. But at the end of the day, if my business is making like $100 a month, nobody's listening. Correct? The reason you listen to me is because I have an incredibly successful business. Because most months I make more than what I used to make in 2 years of detailing cars. And just 4 months ago, I was saying 1 year, but now I'm saying 2 years because I'm freaking growing, because that's what you do when you live what you preach. You grow. Now, seriously, what do you really want for your kids? Look in the mirror, and that's what you're giving them. They will not grow up to be what you want them to be. They will grow up to be what you showed them to be. And you can talk about dreams all you want, and you can even have John Maxwell playing in the car, and you can have Grant Cardone books laying around your house. But your children will inherit the curses you pass on to them. And that's why I am working so freaking hard to conquer as many of my own demons as I can so that my children don't have to inherit those from me. Because if I can conquer this money thing, which I feel like I already have, but I've got a lot more work to do. If I can conquer this, it's something they don't have to. I get to just pass the information on, and they get to walk into it like it's nothing. If I can conquer, I don't know how many of you are religious, but if I can conquer and live out this spiritual life, I can pass it on to them, and it's not really a big deal. It's not a big struggle because I just get to pass it on to them. Everything in your life that's screwed up is something you're about to pass on to your kids. And now, not all of those things we can control. We can't control all of those things. I have some things that are screwed up. They're beyond repair, and I just have to pray to God that he doesn't let my kids inherit that, and I have to try to fix them and give them good things to hopefully make up for it. But if I can control it, that house is on fire, and I will find a way to knock that door down. And if I catch on fire in the process, some of you are so scared to death of being caught on fire in the process. You're afraid of the haters. You're afraid, well, what if I get burnt out? Which is such a silly question. What if I get burnt out doing the thing that I love? I've spent my whole life doing things that I don't love, but now I'm afraid of getting burnt out doing something I love. It literally makes no sense, but that's what fear does to us. It has no logic. It's connected to emotions, and so it literally makes no sense, but it does to you. What about haters? What about the fear of success? What about the fear of failure? What happens if I change and become a different person? We have all these things that we're afraid of, and none of it matters because the house is on fire. And so I'm begging you this morning to knock the freaking door down and get your kids. Because no one else is there in the driveway. No one else is going to go be set on fire for your kids. Everyone else is just sitting around Snapchatting and taking pictures of the house that's burning. You're the only one that knows there's kids on the inside. So I have to ask you, how many of you here are willing to do whatever it takes to get into that house and save those kids? Raise your hand. How many of you say, Josh, I'd be willing to do conversations every single day? Raise your hand. How many of you say, Josh, I'd be willing to do invites every single day? Raise your hand. How many of you say, Josh, I'd be willing to stick to my health journey like I've never done before and get results like I've never done before? Raise your hand. Now, did you hear how simple that was? Here's the crazy thing, is you actually do have a key to get right in. You actually do have a path paved for you, a clear path. You won't even catch on fire, and it takes you straight to your kids if you'll just use the key Micah has given you. She's given you the key, guys. I told her PS team, her PS call the other night, you could not have a better leader. Now, I know we got Micah's coaches on here, and then we got some people that are 2 levels down from Micah. So you've got your upline support, and you've got Micah's support. And Micah has created tools beyond anything you could even imagine. She's raising up leaders better than anyone in the company. I personally mentor most of the top coaches, and I always call on Micah to help me out with training because I know that everything she brings is gold. I trust her. I trust her just as much as I trust anyone else in the company. If you don't know who the heck I am, maybe that doesn't matter to you, but I'm on the Presidential Advisory Council for the John Maxwell team. So what I'm saying is John Maxwell trusts me, and I trust Micah. And maybe that doesn't mean anything to you. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just know this. You are on a team with a freaking rock star. You have more resources than most people will ever have in their life. You have the key, okay? And all you got to do is put it in and just open the door. And every single time you think, I don't know if I have what it takes to send out these invites. I don't know if I have what it takes to send out these messages. I don't know if I'm charismatic enough. I don't know if I'm outgoing enough. I don't know if I'm blah, 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 blah enough. I want you to stop and ask yourself, do I love my kids enough? Because that's all it is. That is all it is. Do all of us have some natural strengths? Yep. But with those strengths come some incredible weaknesses. I'm charismatic. Yep, I am. But I'm one of the least organized people on the planet. I still had to find a way to do things even with that kind of a weakness. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. Do we need to learn more about them? Yes, we do. But I'll tell you, the only thing that really matters is, do you love your kids? If you do, you will find a way. Think and Grow Rich, which is the number one selling personal development book of all time, is based on this concept. If you decide you can, you can. If I decide I can run 20 miles, I can. Now, can I run 20 miles right now in my current shape? I don't do any running, guys. I'm a body beast guy. I don't do cardio. I hate cardio. But if my kids are 20 miles away and I have no vehicle and I have no other way of getting to them, and it's the only way for them to live is for me to get there, I can run 20 miles right now. Correct? If I have to and I'm determined to, I can. We can do far above and beyond what we think we're capable of when we realize what's at stake. If you're underperforming in your business, it's because you haven't thought about what's really, really at stake. So I'm going to ask you to do something today. We always say this, do something today your future self would be proud of. But I like to take it further than that because I have to be honest, sometimes that's not motivating enough for me to think about what I think. So I have to ask you to do this. Do something today that your children can one day thank you for. Live every single day like your kid's future depends on it, because it does. Okay? I love you guys. I believe in you. I believe in you so much. And I will warn you that this will not be an easy journey. There are no easy journeys that lead to success, but it will be so, so, so worth it. It's 1,000,000 times worth it, guys. To be able to take my kids school shopping and not look at price tags. To be able to take them out for treats and not worry about what it costs. To be able to send them on a vacation to Destin, Florida and live in a 5,000 square foot house on a beach. Nobody needs a 5,000 square foot house on the beach, but they wanted to, so why not? To be able to do for my kids the things that I dream. I don't even really care if I get to do stuff, guys. I mean, I really don't. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I just love doing this. Like, I don't really need cool stuff. It's nice that I get it. This is all about them. So make it all about them. And when you get rewarded in your business, make sure and reward them. And when your business succeeds, make sure you explain to them why. I'm doing this for you guys. Mommy, daddy, getting on a call this evening. We're going to miss a little bit of playtime tonight, but this is for you. This is so I can be better for you. Because if you don't make yourself better, you can never make them better. Okay. I'll shut it up.
All right, Josh. Chills. Like, can you see? Seriously, all my hairs are standing up.
No, you need a little higher HD on that camera.
Dang it. Seriously, thank you. If you want, you can totally jump off. I'm going to wrap it up with a little bit of how to.
Okay.
So thank you. I'll text you.
You're welcome. Love you guys.
Okay, you guys. I hate talking after him because I just want to like sit here and think about life for a minute because that was so powerful. And I just want to bring it back for a second because I want you guys to understand how to tie this feeling that you have, this feeling of, I can do this, I need to do this, whatever you're feeling right now will go away, probably in like an hour, okay? So while you are in this moment, I want you to flip your switch. I want you to decide what you're going to do every single day to get wherever you want to go. What does that look like? And what are you willing to do to make it happen? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm not asking you to, I don't even know, to work this business 8 hours a day. That's not what it takes. It takes intention with the vitals. It takes doing the stuff that moves your business forward. Sending your invites, committing to your journey, sharing it on social media, expanding your network to connect and build relationships with new people, pouring into your coaches to help them grow and duplicate the basics. I haven't done anything crazy since I started coaching. 4 years ago, I did a couple things. I committed to always being on my journey. I've been on my journey every single day for the past 4 years. I committed to never, ever missing a month of Success Club 10, ever. And there's been months that I struggled. The month that I had Brig and we were in the NICU for a week and life happens. Me and JD struggled in our marriage for months. The year that we went top 10, not because of the business, not because of anything, but because of our own issues, yet I still knew that this was important to me and that I had to show up for my coaches. And we dealt with it and we got through it and we're stronger than we've ever been. You can either make this business an excuse for what's hard in your life, or you can make it a way to get out of what's hard in your life. I'm going to be real with you for 1 second. I don't talk about it that often because it's not what it's about, and it's not what I show up for every single day. But Josh talked about thinking about where you want to be in 5 years. The time is passing. whether you decide to change your life or whether you decide to stay in your comfort zone and keep doing what you're doing and call it good. In 4 years of committing to this business, of making it a part of my life, we're on track to make over $1 million this year. You guys, that is stupid. Like, that is ridiculously crazy that you all have an opportunity to, whatever you want to make of this, make it. If you only did 10% of what I do in my business, you will make over $100,000 in 5 years. Will that change your life? Will that make a difference? Will that impact your children? That's 10%, you guys, and I don't do anything crazy. So that's like very little. But it's being consistent every single day and making this a non-negotiable, making it a no matter what. Stop treating this business like it's just an option that you do when it's convenient for you and when you feel like it. You're going to help people when they come to you. You're going to hit Success Club when you feel like it. No, you change lives every single month because that's your job as a coach. You add to your network, you meet new people, you leverage the crap out of social media and this UK launch, and you think like a CEO, and you reach new people to impact every single day. Because your business will only change if you're willing to change enough people's lives. So stop separating, I want to help people, and Success Club. Stop separating those two. They're the same thing. If you want to help more people, then hit higher Success Club numbers. If you want to help more people, then freaking set a rank advancement goal and actually hit it. Because if you hit a rank advancement goal, that means you're impacting someone's life on a bigger scale than Success Club. You're helping someone start a journey in the business that can change their life. So if you have goals you want to hit, then commit to helping enough people reach their goals. And you will hit everything you want for yourself. Okay? I want you guys to know that, you guys, this business, it's like so much more. It's so much more than a business. And it has to get past the surface level, helping people on their health and fitness journey. Like, it's so much bigger than that. It is growth. It is becoming. It is overcoming. It is just so much bigger. So take some time and figure out why you're doing this. Figure out what you want and figure out what you're willing to do to make it happen. And I promise you, you will surprise yourself with what you're capable of. You will crush any past top whatever you had, your highest Success Club number to this point. When you get clear on your purpose and your passion and your mission and your action plan and be disciplined to that, you will blow your past successes out of the water. And it starts in a way where you want to do this for you. You need to get out of financial debt. You need to lessen the stress that you're feeling in your marriage because of financial stuff. You need to make a difference because you feel like you have no identity. Whatever it is, it starts with you. But really soon, it will become all about everyone else. It will become all about your challengers and helping them change their life. It will become all about your coaches and helping them reach their goals and helping their coaches reach their goals. And that is when you have a fire inside you that you can't let out. It won't burn out, whether life is throwing you darts or not. And that is when you know that you are freaking going places. Okay? So, your homework. Why are you doing this? What are you willing to do in order to make it happen? And what are your non-negotiables that you are going to set for yourself every single month from here on out? And if you want to message me those to hold yourself accountable, I would love to hear them. Okay? All right. I will let you guys go. It's Saturday. It's family day. Time to go play. Thank you so much for getting on live. if you have coaches that miss this, I will upload immediately and share it with my coaches so they can pass it on to you. But you guys are awesome. I want you guys to know that it's possible for every single one of you. Get rid of your doubts and your fears and believe in yourself. And just seriously, you guys, use this to change your life, because that's what it is. It's a life-changing business. Okay? All right. See you guys.